Hello friends and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John and this is Timberborn. Okay, we are on day 2, so we're barely into this this wet season. Our reservoirs are refilling slowly. We need them to fill up so they'll spill over into our various channels that will fill up our larger reservoirs down here. That would be nice. At the moment, this water source here is feeding directly into this reservoir. I've let a little water out into here to green this section, but that's all. These are set to 0.8, so as soon as this fills up enough, we'll open these up and get the water flowing through this section. The water has already returned through here and is already filling up this primary section of the lake here. We've lost, again, about a tile's worth of water through evaporation. So it's not ideal, but it should fill up reasonably well. Depends on how long this wet cycle is. I noticed that this part of this water feature was quite low on water. So I've turned on the second water dump up here to top that up. Over on the other side, thank you autosave, we've just got the one turned on because our water level has repaired itself after the drought there. We are overflowing from this section into here, so our water pumps down here should be operating, which they are, because we need to build up our water stores again. We're a couple of thousand below where we should be, but that's okay, that will get replaced. I've left a couple of our water pumps on in this reservoir, so hopefully this will have a chance to fill up. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that's basically where we are. We did complete our final dams down here last episode, so we just need this to start filling up and we're good to go. It will take a while, obviously. And then we need to think about getting up on here. So, I mean, I suppose the easiest way of doing it would be to come off of here, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's start that. We'll bring that up. It's going to be difficult to figure out where that is now, isn't it? Okay, so I think that's right. And I also think that was the first explosive going off down below us. Let's drop that down. I think that's right. Yeah, all right. Okay, so now we can delete both of those. Oh, hang on. How are we going to do this? Yeah, I guess we're going to have to do that. Then we'll have to build up the tubeway. And pop in there. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to take some doing, isn't it? All right. This will be a bit of a pain to do, but we'll get it done. Okay, how are we doing with everything here? Water is returning there, so that should start filling up and then overflowing this dam. That's good. You still need some time to fill up. Sure, we can manage that. Everything's fine over here, isn't it? It certainly appears to be. Okay. Okay. Our well-being is doing absolutely fine. All I can really do then is spin on and get a tubeway station built on top of here. And then we'll figure out what on earth we're going to do with these areas. Okay, there. Start of day 6. We've just started leaking through this dam at the end. Well, not the end, but the second to last dam in the series. It's oops. This one down the bottom here. So we've filled up behind it from this section and this section feeding into it. This bit over here has started to fill. We're starting to get a little bit of water through. It seems to be favouring this side rather than this side because I think a lot of this side is actually spilling over this way. Because as yet, this lake has not filled to the point where it can spill over those floodgates. Yeah, so that's basically been filled by this one dam here. Which is pretty impressive when you think about it. This reservoir is filling, so that's pretty good. Even with the 2 water pumps on, it is managing to fill up. Our reservoir up here has filled pretty well. Yeah, we're doing all right. Oops. Over here, yeah, we're pretty full over here now, so I can turn off this second fluid dump, conserve a little bit of our water. We've got our swimming pool up here, which is still not being used, but it's fine. It's there. Okay, looks like this is now as full as it's going to get without, you know, flooding. We'll get a little bit of spillage over the edges, but it should reduce. And it's not like it's bothering anyone down here. Okay, so this is now filling up. Excellent stuff. As is this. Okay. We have also got ourselves a tubeway station up here on top of this, what, hill, mountain, mesa? What do you want to call it? Don't know. Whatever it is, we're on top of it. So, what can we do? I mean, we can just fill that with water. We can get a fluid dump, fill that with water. That would green probably most of this section. We could get a bridge across here and do the same over there. We might need to sort of enlarge in that lake slightly in order to get full coverage, but we could do it. Over here... bit more tricky. Don't know what we're going to do over there. Don't even know if that's what we're going to do here. I mean, I did mention blocking this section off either end with dirt and blowing a channel into there from here. And using a water dump there to fill, or a couple of water dumps there to fill that and drop into this and fill that. That would spread some of the hydration this side as well. We could set up sluices to stop overflowing once this reaches a certain depth. Maybe? Yeah, it's a maybe. I don't really know. I mean, we could use mechanical water pumps to bring water up into this area from down here, but that would involve bringing power all the way down here, which would be a project. Where are we? The nearest power connection is over here by these water pumps over here. So we'd have to bring it off of here somehow, or somewhere around here, and feed it down to this area. Yeah, that's a long way. A long occupied way. I mean, we could bring it out around this way. I suppose that would allow us a chance to connect those up as well. Maybe? Don't know. Yeah, not just yet. I don't think. I don't know. I really don't know. I thought I'd have a proper plan by now, and I don't. I guess I'll spin on until the start of the drought or bad tide. And maybe I'll have figured something out by then. Not going to guarantee anything, though. We're on day 9. We've got 1 day until a bad tide arrives, which is okay. We should be set up pretty well for bad tides. We shouldn't have to worry too much about those. I have managed to bring the power around the edge of this reservoir and connected it up to these power wheels over here. And I've even put in another couple of batteries. Just, you know, why not? And it means we can actually turn this charging station back on and not having to worry about it. Okay, if you want to bring the power any further, I mean, it's not going to be easy whatever we do, I think. Coming off of this corner here and bringing it down and across is probably the best bet. But there's part of me that doesn't want to lose the height, because we are almost at the right height there. So a series of overhangs and tall platforms might be the best way to bring it over here. I mean, if we come off that corner, we might even match up to this strut here. Yeah, all right, all right. So let's start with what have we got there? Yeah, all right. We'll start with that. I think we're probably not going to be able... I'll tell you what, let's do this sensibly. Come on. Come on, John. Think a bit more about it, will you? Let's come out that way, and then we will be able to get the power on top without having to mess around. Like that. Okay. We can press play. We don't need to worry about that. And then like that. Yeah, all right. And then we got to figure out this bit here, but we can do that. That's not a problem. So power all the way across there. Right. Okay. Yes, this section here has filled up remarkably well, but that is mostly, I think, because this section's been leaking in here rather than going off the edge, I think. I can't quite tell if we are losing water off the edge here yet or not. These are at the same height as these. So theoretically we should be losing an equal amount, but it doesn't look like there's a huge amount of actual water flow in this direction compared to over here. So I think the lion's share of our water is pouring this way at the moment, which is good. Which is good. It does mean that we'll fill this up sooner rather than later, which is nice. Over here, we have started to fill up this section here. We're not going to get a lot more than this in here, I don't think. It does take a long time for this to fill up. Yeah, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that floodgate for now. Not worry about this drying out, but get as much water in here as possible through the bad tide, and then it will hopefully overflow a bit more quickly next time, and we'll have a bit more chance to fill these sections up. Yeah. All right. Okay. Still not entirely decided what we're going to do up here, but if we can get power across, then we can use sort of staged water pumps to bring the water up into this section. And maybe use that like a water feature before. Have it drop into this section. I mean, we could even sort of enclose all of this, couldn't we? If we bring this up to this height and seal off this end, and then do the same on this side, but bring it up to this height, we could fill all of this and then drop it into this channel here, ideally at this end, so it will trickle back into this section here, back for where the water pumps can pick it up again. Ooh, that could work. Yeah. All right. We'll try and do that. This may take more than one episode. Right, in the meantime, I'll spin on till the morning, till the bad tide hits, and we'll have a look at what we're facing. There we go, 15 days. That should be fine. We do want to make sure that this is going to switch over properly and not flood everywhere. Looks all right for the moment. It's rising, but hopefully that will settle. Everything else should have switched over as well. Yep, that looks like that's switched over. Good, good. And that's switched over as well. Good stuff. Right. Okay, everything is closed up where it needs to be. We did have a few floods. We might have closed things up a little early there. Let's drop some out of there. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? It's not perfect, but it's a bit better. And we'll drop some out of there as well. There we go. Oops. Alright, it's flooded a little bit at the bottom, but we can live with that. Is that going to be okay? Yep, all good. All good. Look at that. Right. Over here, we have built our strut. So I'm going to need to figure out what we're going to do. So, first of all, I think it's probably best that we bring that down by 1 and that down by 2 so that we can put a platform on it. An overhang on it, rather. Can we reach these? Yes, we can. Excellent stuff. Yeah, so we'll get those explosives laid in. We'll get an overhang on here, bringing it out this way, and then we'll just do platforms and overhangs all the way across to here. And then we'll think about what we're going to do in terms of... nope, we want water. There we go. In terms of these deep mechanical water pumps. I mean, it would fit in there, and that would only work at full. That's not terrible. Maybe one down from there. And put in a little rivulet around there, and then stick in a second one around here somewhere. To bring it up into another rivulet that feeds into this. Could work. Could work. Oh, explosives are already in. Let's get these set off. There we go. Okay, now we should... Oops. Be able to get that on there, and... where are we? Vertical power shafts all the way along there. We might have to put a path across the top of this, but that's okay. We can do that. That's not a major problem. Okay, I'll spin on through the bad tide then. Okay, day 18 then. We've got 7 days left of the bad tide. We've got no problems. Food and water and everything is all absolutely fine. We're running a little bit low. Well, I say a little bit low. We've dropped off a little bit on bot limbs. So I've switched our chassis production factory over to create limbs for a little while just to top that back up again. Obviously, we use limbs at a greater rate than we use anything else. As you can see, our power... conduit here is taking shape. We are nearly at this end, so not long to go at all. Let's turn the grid off. Yeah, we're doing all right there. I have extended the tubeway to connect up to this random one here, so at least we can get bots to and from this end of the construction site reasonably quickly. We've maintained a fair amount of water in here. or we've only dropped just over a tile, but it's only been just over a week, so we won't have used too much anywhere. I mean, this hasn't even evaporated past the showers yet. This has dried up, but that's okay. This lake hasn't. We've only got one of these water pumps on down here, just to try and maintain a little bit more water in here. I think ideally we'd come down here and deepen this with dynamite. Get it all down to the same sort of level at least. That way we wouldn't have to wait so much whilst we're filling up before we can start drawing from it. But we still have water here. We still have plenty of water in this reservoir. We've dried up around here because we didn't bring these floodgates up. We didn't close them before the drought. So we didn't have quite as much water in these little rivers as we would normally have. But that's okay. That's not a problem. We're losing a little bit of water out of here, but again, we're still maintaining a reasonable amount. So I am hopeful that during the next wet season, we might be able to fill this up a little better. Or at least a little more quickly, which would be just as good. Yeah, that's where we are. So, I'll spin on till the end of the bad tide. We might have some of this water pump arrangement set up by then. We'll see. There we go. The bad tide is over. That was easy enough. Still got 13,000 water, plenty of food, blah, blah, blah. The only resource that we're starting to get low on is scrap metal. And that is because we've got our mine turned off so that we can empty out some of the scrap metal storage we've got lying around the place. Speaking of which, that is now empty. We can get rid of that. Get rid of the platform. Get rid of the stairs. There we go. Okay, so what's been going on? Well, over here, we've completed our power strut. We've put in the 2 water pumps that we need. I've blown a channel to bring the water from this pump into this basin here. We are building terrain blocks at either end of this gully. And this is going to be extended all the way around the edge here. And down to here. Yeah. We are making progress. Slow progress, but progress nonetheless. We've maintained quite a bit of water in this natural lake here. Natural-ish. This dammed section here. So hopefully that should fill up relatively quickly. We didn't take too much water out of here. We still have some water in this lake. We've taken quite a bit out of this reservoir here. Oops. Looks like we're... There we go. That should sort that out. Let that sort itself out for a minute. Wait until it's fully opened. There we go. Now we should be able to close that again. And it should all flood into there without any problems. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. I turned this fluid dump on during the bad tide to keep our water levels up. I'm going to keep it on for a couple of days more, I think. Just to sort of top that up a bit. How are we doing over here? Not too bad. I've still got both of these on over here. Yeah, we're getting there. I'll leave that on for a day or two as well, just to sort of top that level up. We've managed to maintain a decent amount of water in this lake as well, so it shouldn't take as long to top that up. Yeah, we've done all right. We've done all right. All the water is returning. That's good stuff. Okay, so we can certainly test this, can't we? Basically what I've got is this sort of overhanging little basin that this first pump, in theory, will start to fill up. There we go. Once that's filled up, we'll turn this one on so that they're basically that doesn't empty out when this one starts up. That's my plan there. Yeah. All right, it's working. Things are working. I'm quite pleased with our progress so far. We didn't maintain a huge amount of water in this section, unfortunately. But hopefully with this being slightly more full, we'll be able to get a bit more water in it during the wet period here. That's my hope anyway. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so in the meantime, all I can really do is carry on with our building work over here. It's going to take a little while. Obviously, we've got to get down here. I'll probably end up... Yeah, I'll probably end up bringing a tubeway onto a station over here somewhere, so that we can get down here a bit more quickly as well. Yeah, in fact, I might as well do that straight away, hadn't I? Where are we? Paths and structures. Vertical tubeway. We'll come up there and we'll come across with overhangs like so. Alright, that's... Oh, yeah, that's lower, isn't it? I knew that. How much lower? Let's turn our grid on so we can see what we're doing. It's there. Perfect. Yeah, and then we'll come down onto a station about here. That's fine. All right. We'll get that done as well. Start of day 5. No sign of the drought or bad tide warning as yet, but things are progressing up here. We've filled our little lake section here. We've pretty much got these two ends shut off, so that's good. We've come down here, we've cleared this of dead trees, and we're putting in steps, and we've put in a suspension bridge, putting in steps there, just waiting for a builder so we can get across here, and then we'll start laying in the dirt around the edge here to bring it up to the same level. So too high along here. And then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with it along this section. Obviously, we're going to close off this end. And we'll probably close this end up. Don't know how high. Maybe just up to here. So it'll fill up and flow out over the top there. That might be what we'll do. But yeah, we'll lay in the next dirt sections. Let's not do it like this, John. Come on. We know what we're doing by now, don't we? Oh. There we go. Right. Yeah, like that. And then, like so. We might as well do it like that along here. Right, that'll do for now. We'll get that done first. We'll bring a path along the top as well. And we'll just keep extending that all the way around down to here. And over here, we'll bring a path down. And we'll start filling this in as well. This will be done one at a time because they can't get down onto this section here. But then it will be just filling that. Honestly, up to there is probably fine, isn't it? But we'll give it one extra there. Is that the right height? I think that's the right height. Yeah, it must be because it's the same height as this. Well done, John. Well thought out. Okay. How are we doing with everything else? Right, the water is returning through here, so we haven't completely drained everything. So this should be filling up. We are draining into here from these two dams. Don't think we're coming through there yet. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're coming through that floodgate there yet. Just started coming through here by the looks of it. Excellent stuff. All right. I've turned this water dump off there. Let's go and check the other ones. Just in case. Right, we've not started leaking through, but we're not far off. So I'll shut that one down as well for now. All right. Okay. I think that's everything. Probably. This is filling up well. That's filled up okay. Yeah, everything's going all right. I'm just reassuring myself that everything's going okay. Right, and it is after the workday has ended. We've got a well-being of 71. So let's get the Earth Repopulator set off, shall we? Give them a boost to their... Oh, it's already straight up to 74. Look at that. Excellent, excellent stuff. We should get up to 75, surely. Let's have a look. Oh, we're missing quite a bit there. Is that just because it's the end of the day and they haven't had a chance to replenish all of that stuff yet? I hope so. I'll check again in the morning. Okay, well, there is the morning, and there's the drought warning. So we've got 3 days for that, but we do have a well-being of 75. So it was just because they hadn't had a chance to replenish those needs. So that's nice. I'll spin on till the start of the drought. 27 days. All right. That'll be rude. But we'll get through it. No problem at all. This lake here has entirely filled up. So we are at maximum waterage at the moment around this end. So this section is full. This section is full. All of this through here is full. All of these bits up here are full. Yeah. We've done all right there. Down this end, this is reasonably full. We've not done too badly there. I mean, it's less than half full, otherwise that would have shut. But, you know, we've got some water in there. It's not going to last us 27 days, obviously. Not even close. But it will last us a little while. It's fine. Yeah, we'll be all right, I think. Probably. We'll take a lot of water out of our reservoirs, but we've got 14,000 in storage, and we can just keep that topped up, basically. Yeah. All right, over here, we have finished most of this wall here. In fact, we finished all of this wall here. We're building down onto this side, and then we can come across and build across this side. So this is where the water is going to empty out of. I've got a couple of dams up here, so it feeds it down through the middle and spreads out either side. And I've put in an overhang here, so that we can get in and start laying in dirt. Okay, I think that should work, but I will cancel that one as well, and we'll pop some steps down on this side. Like that. Okay, in terms of a path, we'll bring it across like that, just so it meets up there. And then, I mean, I guess just... that should be enough? Possibly? We'll see. We may need to lay more path in to get that all done. Yeah. And then it's just a case of creating a channel for the water to come through here. Alright. Well, I'll spin on through the drought. We'll see how we do with this. I'll obviously, as I say, I may need to lay more path in just because of the way the arrows are facing. But when we've got plenty of dirt, where are we? I have built dirt storage there. I'm going to prioritize that so that we can get more brought over as and when we need it. So yeah, that should be all right. Let's get that done, and I'll come back when it is. 1 week into the drought, give or take. We've got 3 weeks left. We've had 6 days. We have completed our rise on this island, so we are ready to go. I've set up the explosives and the sluices on here, so that we can create our little river to feed into this section. These are set to shut above a downstream depth of 4.75, which I think is what we need it to be to actually flow through there. Possibly. I may need to up that slightly. We'll see. I was thinking I probably shouldn't set these explosives off during the drought because it will just drain this section here. And then I thought, well, why shouldn't I drain this section here? There's no reason to keep it. It will only drain down to the bottom of this anyway. Because this isn't set right into the bottom of the water. It's only, I think, well, 1 tile down. So, you know, we can at least make a start on filling this up, can't we? So, yeah, let's set these off. There we go. And that is now leaking into this section. Okay. So that should start these working at full speed, basically, as the water drains out. That should fill up. And then leak through these 2 channels here, hydrating all of this, in theory. Then it will drop down into this section and fill this up, hydrating some of this. And then it will pour out of here back into this section. That's what I've got envisaged. Whether that will actually happen or not remains to be seen. Over here, I have put in a bridge across this little reservoir here. And I'm laying in explosives to bring all of this down 1 level. And then we'll take the centre down 3 levels. And that will just give us a much larger reservoir all the way through here, which should sort of green this up a little bit as well when it's full. Obviously, it will take a little longer to fill, but that's fine. Yeah. Everything else is going all right. We've actually still got some water in this section here. So that's lasted, well, a week now, give or take. It doesn't look like it's going to last much longer. No, there's not a lot left in there. But it'll last a day or 2, probably. Maybe. Yeah, alright. I will spin on then. I will spin on 1 more time. I'll wait until these explosives are all laid in. And then I'll come back and we'll set those off. It'll probably be... I'll probably come back when there's 14 days left, when there's 2 weeks left of the drought. Okay, I'm coming back a little bit early. We've got 17 days left of the drought. I've turned these sluices... Well, I've closed these sluices up because this little channel is virtually full. But this channel is almost out of water for us to pump. That pump doesn't quite reach deep enough. But it's fine. It's not a problem. We'll just fill this up and wait until the drought to be over. Everything else is going absolutely fine. Over here, we have laid in the explosives, so we'll set those off. Once they've gone off, I'll set in tier 3 ones through the centre to bring all of that down to this level. So that when the water returns along here, this will fill up. We'll have a bit more water in here to draw from. Obviously, we'll lose a bit more through evaporation, but that's fine. But we will leave it here for this episode. I think we've got 1 more episode in us. I think 1 more will be enough to end the series. I'm pretty happy with what we've got. Yeah, it's not permanently green. It's very much seasonally green, but when the water is running, pretty much everything is green. We're going to have this greened as well, and a fair amount of this, hopefully. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think 1 more episode is probably all we've got left in us, but we'll have a look. There are there's obviously lots of other things we could do. You know, we could come down and take this down a couple of levels to make sure that greens. Same goes for that and all of this. But that almost feels like cheating somehow. So, I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comments, as I say. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. Really does help the channel out. Please join us next time. Till then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.